guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on a full face tutorial on this beautiful, oh my god, this beautiful blue look that I created here. I have been wanting to do like a very bold blue, all blues except for like the transition shade kind of look, and I'm just loving this. Sorry that this eye over here looks a little bit irritated because it is. I accidentally poked myself with the eyeliner. Is tight lining. I got a little too cray and I poked myself. I was like, oh shoot. So the main show or the main piece of this eye look is this color from the Desi and Katie Friendcation palette. It's called A Moment, and bitch, it's a moment. Let me tell you, the moment I put this on, I was like, where has this shade been my whole entire life? Like, where has it been? I'm gonna have to take these lashes off after this intro. But anyways, I'm gonna cut it short here, guys, because I gotta get this eye back together because it looks a little cray right now to me. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up. That way I know you guys like these types of bold, dramatic looks. Without further ado, guys, let's just go ahead and get into the video. So to start off the look, we're gonna go in with the E.L.F. Mineralless Primer here. Begin to put that on the T-zone area, forehead, nose, and chin. I really like this primer because it really does soothe out or smooth out my under eye area, my forehead, and my chin. It just makes my application and my foundation look so much nicer and so much smoother. Alright, next we're going to take some setting spray and we're just going to put that all over the face just to kind of set everything in and get a nice base or canvas for our foundation and everything that we're about to put on the face. Alright, moving on, we're going to move to foundation, and I'm going to use the Covergirl Elixir foundation and apply this with my beauty sponge. Just going to first take it on little by little, and then I'll go ahead and fully blend that out. I really like, lately been doing this step, the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I'll spray a little bit on there on my beauty sponge and then apply the foundation. I think it just adds a little bit more dewiness to the face and makes it a little bit more easier to blend out the foundation and have a nice, good, even coverage. I mean, who doesn't like dewy and coverage? I mean, this girl, duh. Okay, so foundation is on, and I know this is going to be a talk through, but I really wanted to just talk through this part, or I'm sorry, a voiceover, but I really wanted to just, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm super duper excited because I just got the, let me open this. I just got the new Fenty Pro Filter Concealer, I believe is what it's called. Let me read it once I get this box open here. It's the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer, and I got the shade 190. I literally just got it. Like, I went to Sephora, or not Sephora, or I did go to Sephora, but I went to JCPenney, the one in Sephora, and I absolutely love, first of all, I love the Pro Filter foundation. I just haven't restocked on that because every time I go to Sephora, like every time I go, they are out of my shade, and I'm like, what the French toast is going on? And I don't want to have to put it online because then I have to wait for it, and that just takes too much patience, and I don't have patience when it comes to that foundation. So I need it to be in the store when I go in the store, but it's not every single time. But I was super excited to hear that she was coming out with concealers because so far everything that I've tried of Fenty, which is really only her foundation, has been really good. So I figured that her concealers were going to be really good, and I absolutely love the shade range on there because she's killing the game in the shade range. She's like, boom, 50. Oh, you think 50 is enough? Just kidding, 60. And she's just going to, you know, keep going from there. So she's doing absolutely amazing. So we're just going to go ahead and, yeah, this is definitely like my Shape Tape shade. It's very creamy. Like, it's very soft and it feels really nice underneath the eyes. It really does. It feels very creamy, very soft when you put it on. It doesn't feel like, I guess, like it's tugging. So I'm just going to wet my beauty sponge and just, or spray it with some not Fix Plus, what is this? Milani Make It Last. And just begin to blend that in. So far, so good. I'm going to see how it wears throughout the day, but application-wise, it's very soft on the skin, very smooth and creamy. It doesn't feel like I have a lot on. It just doesn't feel like anything's really there. It blended nicely. The color shade is good. I'm glad I went with this one because it, like I mentioned, it kind of matches the shade that I usually wear in Shape Tape. And the shade I wear in Shape Tape is Light Sand, just because I like to go a little bit lighter underneath my under eyes to brighten it up a little bit, because a girl got bags under there. Like, I'm not talking about bags like money bags. A girl got like bags, like under eye bags, okay? We need to cover that up. And I think this did a really good job with it. Back to the voiceover.
Alright, so to set it, we're going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Loose Setting or Luxury Setting Powder, and this is in the shade Lace. I absolutely love this powder to set my under eyes. It's so soft. It's unbelievable. Next, nothing usual here. We're going in with the CoverGirl Loose Setting Powder to set the rest of the face. And this is in shade Light, I believe. I'm just going in with a big Morphe brush that I have, just dabbing it on the face and then blending it in. Honestly, guys, the under eye powder is magical. You should definitely try it if you don't already have it in your collection. Now, for the fun part, I'm starting off with the Dose of Colors Desi X Katie Friendcation palette, and I'm going with this light shade here. We're going to use that as our transition color. So I'm just going to pack a little bit onto the brush and put it in the transition shade area. We're just lightly going to put this on the eyes just to give it a little bit of color, because we are working with lots of blues today. So we definitely want to have nice transition colors while we blend. Next, jumping into the Morphe 39A palette, I'm going to pick up this darker nude shade in the palette. And obviously I was listening to some music while I was filming this video, but we're basically going to do the same thing over the first shade that we did, just to deepen it up a little bit, making sure again we have that nice deep transition shade. Jumping into the, I believe this is called the Dark Magic palette by Jaclyn Hill. We're going to take this on a more tapered, fluffy brush, and because it is a dark blue shade, you definitely want to go in with a little bit at a time, and then slowly but surely work your way up to the pigment and the blendedness of the shade. Less is more when you're working with dark shades and colorful shades, and just work your way up, girl. Then jumping into this Jaclyn Hill palette, we're going to pick up this beautiful, gorgeous shade. I believe it's called Pool Party. And we're just going to take this on a little more tapered brush, a little bit smaller than the one we just had. But again, just really focusing this color in the crease area as that deep blue shade. It is a light blue color, so definitely less is more with this as well. Just take your time blending it out. No rush, no worries. It will all work out. Going back in with that blue shade from the Dark Magic palette, we're just going to deepen up everything that we just did. So we're just going to go back and forth into the crease shade, making sure it's all blended out. And it is definitely the right deep blue shade that we're going for this look. Now, we're going to go into this dark blue shade in the 39A palette. And this is just mainly going out on the outer corners of the eyes. We definitely want to make this a little bit smoky, a little bit more dramatic. So we're just going to focus this on the outer corner of the eye. And then with little to no product in there, I will slightly drag it into the crease, but very, very little, like not much at all. This is mainly going to go out in the outer V. Now, for the best part, we're going to go in with this shade in the Friendcation palette called A Moment. and bitch. When I tell you that it was a moment, when I put this on, I was living for this eyeshadow shade. Literally so creamy, went on so nice. I did wet my brush a little bit with the Milani Make It Last setting spray, but this blue shade is literally everything. And then I just went back in with one of the brushes that we used, and nothing is on it, just going over it that way it's nice and blended with that glitter shade. Then I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that dark shade that we put in the outer V, and I'm just going to lightly pat the outer V area and the shimmer. So where the shimmer and the matte meet, we're just going to go over that lightly. That way it's nice and blended, nice transition. Now lashes are on, and I just felt like these lashes completed the look. These are ones from Amazon that I got, but moving on to bronzer. Nothing new here. I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I think this is the one in Sunkissed, I believe, but I just used this bronzer. I love it because it smells like coconuts, and it goes on so nice, and it just gives me that sun-kissed bronzy look, just to bring some color back to the face. For highlight today, I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty. I don't know what name this is. I think it's Mean Money Bag, I think, but everything will be listed down below. But I love this highlight. It's just, And to finish up the eyes, we're going to go back into the Friendcation palette. Start off with that light brown shade and just kind of do the same thing we did on our lids down to the bottom, just a little bit more minimal colors that we use. So I'll start off with that nice brown shade to have a transition color when you're working with blues, and it just is really nice to have that first layer down. That way it's easier to blend and it's not so much down in the lower lash line. Then I'm going to pick up that blue shade again in the Dark Magic palette and just run this from outer corner to inner corner in my lower lash line, just really kind of focusing it as close to my lashes as I can get, because it is a dark blue. I don't want to drag it down as much, so kind of just focus this really close to your lash line, or you can drag it down, whichever way. Jumping into that deep dark blue shade, I'm putting this on a flat brush and really packing this color as close to my lashes as possible, almost on my waterline, but not really. It's like kind of that in between space. That way it really deepens up the under eye area. It makes it look really nice. Now I'm going to pick up the light blue shade in the 39A palette, and I'm just going to add a little bit in the inner corners, not too much, just a little twinkle, you know, a little blue there just to make it pop. For liner, I am going in with the Morphe liner here to tight line. I do mess up on my other eye. I do accidentally poke it with some liner. That's why my eye is red a little bit, but I just love using this liner to tight line because it's really dark and it stays on my waterline practically all day. For lips today, I'm going to be using the NYX lip liner in London just to outline the lips and then fill them in. And then on top of that, we're going to go in with the Luxe lipstick in What's Your Sign by Colourpop and Kathleen Lights, just to put some little bit of light color in there. And to finish it off, we're going to set our face with the Morphe Make It Last setting spray or continuous setting spray and fan it in a little bit and making sure everything sticks, and you're golden.
That's it for today's video, guys. I really hope you all enjoyed it. I certainly did, because this is, honey, child. I'm just in love with this look. I don't know what, it just gives me butterflies. It makes me feel like I am that bitch. But I will see you guys in the next video. I really hope you all enjoyed it, and bye.